Welcome back here to Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center here on the campus of Grambling State University. The Grambling Tigers trailing Southeast 41-36. Southeast with the basketball to start things out here in the second half. Shot is up and it is no good. Grambling trying to get to the boards and he goes out of bounds off of Southeast. Back to the Grambling Tigers. Tigers, basically one of the biggest things they've got to do is to make certain that they're crashing the boards a little bit more, out-rebounded a little bit here by Southeast, and also cut down on the turnovers. 41-36 is our score, just underway here in the second half. And it's going to be a foul coming up. Tough call there against Xavier Piart. Tough. $19:26 remaining here in the ball game. Had a momentary stoppage of play. Greenwood in the ball game here for Southeastern Louisiana. 22 points in the first half of play. Julian with the basketball now for the Southeastern Lions. Great pickup on defense there by Jackson. Gonzalez with the ball now to... It's going to be a foul coming up on Grambling, it looks like. And it'll be Southeastern ball. Ball goes out of bounds. 41-36 our score. Grambling trailing by 5. Nice pass inside, up, no good. And the rebound here by the Grambling Tigers. Dallas Polk Hilliard with the rebound. It's going to be a foul against Grambling. No, it's going to go against Southeast. And that foul will go against number 0. It's going to be Marlon Veal. Had a couple of points in the first half of play. 8 to be exact. Three-pointer on the way up, no good. Rebound by Greenwood. Veal now with the basketball here for the Lions. 41-36 our score. Grambling trying to cut into that lead, or to that deficit rather. Julian, little floater, up, no good. And the rebound by Grambling, it goes off of Southeast back to Grambling. 41-36 still our score. And Coach Jay Ladner says that nobody touched the basketball. Should have been Southeast basketball, but the officials say it's Grambling basketball. Avi Smith Jr. with a little floater gets the bucket. Avi Smith Jr. with 8 points here in the ball game. Three-pointer by Gonzalez, good. Gonzalez only averaging 7 points a ball game. Now has 6 points, both three-pointers. Avi Smith Jr. going up for the basket, going up for the shot, no good. And a foul coming up against Southeast. It'll go against Greenwood. And that'll be his second personal rather. Now, Ivy Smith Jr. trying to get into double figures if he can hit both free throws. The first one is up and good. Well, he's making a lot of money at the free throw line. 5 points at the charity stripe so far, trying to go to 6. Free throws up, no good. 1 of 2 at the line. 44-39, Grambling cutting the lead to 5 points. Gonzalez, another three-pointer off balance. Shot is up, no good. Ball tipped around. And Dallas Polk Hilliard with the basketball. Bounce pass inside. It's going to be a traveling violation. Yep. Xavier traveled with the basketball, and it goes back to Southeast. 44-39 the score. Grambling trailing. 17-14 remaining in the game. Veal with the basketball. Veal nearly got his pocket picked. 3-point bucket on the way by Julian. Good. And for Julian, that's 5. Make it 4 points. They give him just a 2-point bucket instead of a 3. Inside to Xavier. Ball on the floor. Xavier goes up. Shot no good. Charleston with the rebound. Keith Charleston from Little Rock, Arkansas. Now Julian. Head coach changing the offense here just a little bit. Charleston now the basketball. Gets it to Greenwood. Right side to Julian. Now to Gonzalez. Gonzalez will drive. Goes up for the shot. No good. And they'll call the foul, and it'll be against Grambling. I believe that's going to go against Xavier. That's going to be his 3rd personal. Gonzalez at the line now for Southeastern. Doesn't go to the free throw line a ton, shooting 75% on the season. Coming into the ball game, he's only been to the free throw line 4 times this season. Three consecutive road games coming up here for the Grambling Tigers, at Wisconsin, at Alabama State, at Alabama A&M, before returning home January the 12th and the 14th against Southern and Alcorn. Gonzalez with the free throw up and rattles in good. So Gonzalez gets both free throws. He has 8 points. Shot up, no good. Foul coming up against Southeast. Looks like Charleston. Yep, Charleston is going to get that foul. And that's his 2nd personal. We have a timeout on the floor. Grambling trailing 48-39. We'll take this break. You're watching Grambling basketball here on GSU TV. Welcome back here to the Frederick C. Honda Assembly Center. Ivy Smith Jr. at the free throw line for the Tigers. Hits his first free throw and now has one more coming up. Southeastern, of course, taking a look at their schedule as the second free throw is up and good. 4-6 right now overall. They lost against Mississippi Valley back on November the 20th. Grambling with the basketball. Johnson on the floor. It's going to be a traveling violation charged to Grambling. And it'll go back to Southeast. Southeast beat Tulane on the road in New Orleans 62-61. And they lost to California Baptist out of the WAC 73-52. But coming up next, they've got Bradley. That'll be in Illinois, in Peoria, December the 22nd. That'll be this Saturday. And then they'll play ULL on Saturday. And that will end the non-conference season for them. January the 2nd, they've got Stephen F. Austin on ESPN+. Greenwood goes up for the shot, no good, and a foul coming up against Grambling. Alex Empoyo with the foul. A couple of the fans sharing their displeasure with the call. 22 points so far for Greenwood. First free throw is up and good. Greenwood had 27 against Louisiana College. 16 against Valley and against Tulane. He had 12 against Louisiana College. He's led this team in scoring 5 different times this season already. Empoyo with the basketball, steps up. Charleston trying to defend him. Empoyo gets his own rebound. It goes up and good. That's his second bucket of the ball game. He has 4 points. It's now 49-43. Grambling trailing. 14:44 remaining here in the ball game. Veal with the basketball now for Southeastern. Bounce pass inside of Greenwood. That's going to be a travel. Greenwood got caught up just a little bit. Ivy Smith Jr. with the basketball. Nice crossover on Veal. Empoyo inside. That's going to be a travel. Traveling violation on Bunch, the 7'1" junior from Racine, Wisconsin. These players from Wisconsin will get a chance to play in front of their parents. And that ball goes out of bounds, back to Grambling. Devontae Jackson, who is from Milwaukee. Also Trayvon Bunch, the junior from Racine, went to Neshoba Community College. And then Dallas Polk Hilliard, also from Milwaukee. All those guys going home coming up this Saturday when they take on UW-Madison. Ball tipped, Greenwood up there getting the basketball. And now Southeastern comes away with the rock. Veal. Nice defense by Empoyo. Gets it out front to Gaston, near turnover there. Gaston goes up for the bucket, it's no good. Rebound and putback, no good, and Gonzalez with the rebound. 2 shots at the bucket, and then Gonzalez gets the rebound. 49-43. Grambling trailing, 13:25 remaining here in the ball game. Again, Southeastern lost to Mississippi Valley on the road in Itabena earlier this season, back in November. 3-pointer on the way, no good. Alex Empoyo with the rebound, gets it to Gaston. AJ with the basketball. Will pull up from 10 feet, goes up and gets the bucket. He has 4 points. It's now 49-45. Grambling up, trailing by 4. And it goes out of bounds off of Veal, and it goes back to Grambling. It's going to be a 30-second timeout taken by Southeastern, so we'll take a timeout as well. And we're going to keep it right here. 49-45 the score. And now Grambling a little bit of a run here. They trailed by 8 points at one point. Now a little bit of a comeback, and they only trail by 4 points. And they've got to keep that momentum going. Not only that, but on the offensive glass, you saw A.J. Gaston able to get a couple of putbacks trying to go to the bucket. They've got to get more rebounding, and they do that, they'll have an opportunity to win this ball game, come back and win. 49-45 is the score. While both men's, they're going to call this a full timeout now. It's going to be a full timeout. 49-45 with this score. They'll call this a full timeout. And we'll still keep it right here. While the men's basketball team is here and we'll get ready to travel north on Saturday, the women's basketball team, well, they are actually on the road in Puerto Rico. For more information, go to gsutigers.com to get more information on the women's basketball team as they are in Puerto Rico. As Grambling with the basketball. 12:50 remaining here in the ball game. A.J. Gadsden with the basketball. Gets it to Ivy Smith Jr. Now to A.J. Gadsden. He goes up for the shot, no good, and he draws the foul. That's going to be on Greenwood. And for Greenwood, that is his second personal. Check, that's going to be on Veal. That's his second personal. First free throw is up and good. They cut this lead now down to 3 points. They need this free throw here. And the free throw is up and good. Trap set by the Grambling Tigers. Trying to figure out what happened here. Looks like the shot clock. There's a shot clock issue, and so it'll be Southeastern ball still. .25 left on the shot clock. 12:36 remaining here in the ball game. Gonzalez with the basketball. Gets it to Veal. Now to Julian. Defended by A.J. Gaston. Greenwood now with the basketball. He has 23 points. Charleston to Veal. Inside to Greenwood. Great defense played on him. Veal takes a long three with 2 seconds left on the shot clock. And Greenwood gets the rebound. Fresh 30 now for Southeastern. They got to get rebounds. Veal goes in for the shot. No good, but a foul coming up against Grambling. That foul's going to go against Empoyo. That is his third personal. And now Veal will go to the free throw line, and it's going to be a 2-shot foul. First free throw is up and good. And for Veal, 9 points on the evening so far. Three-pointer on the way, up no good. Rebound by Greenwood, nearly lost control of it. Southeastern with the basketball. That's a foul coming up And it'll be on A.J. Gaston. And we have a timeout on the floor. With the score, the Grambling Tigers trailing 51-47. They're within 4 points, 11:30 remaining here in the ball game. We'll take this timeout. We'll be right back here on GSU TV. What? Back here at the Frederick C. Hamdi Assembly Center. First free throw up by Veal, no good. And he'll have one more free throw at the line. Looks like Trayvon Bunch will come back into the ball game. We told you the Lady Tigers are in Puerto Rico. They play South Dakota today. Lost 67-53. They've got Indiana tomorrow at 12:30, and then they'll finish things out on Friday against Loyola Marymount at 12:30. And then they'll take a break for Christmas and be back in action Sunday, December 30th at Oklahoma State, 1 p.m. ball game. Veal made 1 of 2 at the line. He now has 11 points. And a foul coming up, and this is going to go against Grambling. One of the Tigers in Empoyo, 3 fouls. Timeout Southeastern so they could avoid the 5-second call. And we'll keep it right here. It is going to be a 30-second timeout, it looks like. 52-47 the score, 11-11 remaining in the ball game. Shaq Athey into the contest for the Grambling State University Tigers. And again, the Grambling Tigers, men and the women, will be on the road for the rest of the holiday, and they won't come back until after conference season starts, the first weekend of conference season. They'll both be in Montgomery, Alabama to start things out against Alabama State. Always a tough place to play, and then they'll take on Alabama A&M, probably the longest road trip of the season. And mainly that is going to be, if I'm not mistaken, a Thursday-Saturday matchup to start things out. It's going to be a Saturday-Monday matchup to start things. They'll end the season with those two teams, and that'll be a Thursday-Saturday matchup. And Southeastern finally getting the ball across the half-court line. Nice job. And then Charleston right there getting the ball after it was tipped for the dunk. 54-47. Charleston getting his first 2 points of the ball game. Shaq Athey with the ball. Now Empoyo gets the ball taken from him by Brown. Julian now the basketball, top of the key, defended by Johnson, right side to Brown. Still 10 on the shot clock for Southeastern. Brown, little wraparound layup. Four points for Brown. Timeout Grambling now, 32nd timeout here taken by the Grambling Tigers. 56-47 now back out to a 9-point lead. It was a 4-point lead that Grambling had cut this down to, now back out to a 9-point lead. It is a 30-second timeout. Well, the Grambling Tigers, they have got to make sure that in the transition game, and they're going to call this a full timeout now. It is going to be a full timeout. They got to make sure in transition basketball they're doing a little bit better. We'll take this timeout. We'll be right back. Trayvon Bunch once again getting some points on the inside. He has 6 points now. Julian with the basketball. And he's defended by Prince Moss. Greenwood now controlling. Back over to Veal. Veal a little bit of a push off on Ivy Smith Jr. Veal, a long three after using all the shot clock. That's going to be a shot clock violation. Ball did not hit the rim, and it will be Valley, I should say it'll be Grambling basketball. 56-49, Grambling trailing by 7. They trailed as much as by 9 points. Ivy Smith Jr. going up no good, and Bunch trying to go back in and getting the putback no good. Bunch 7-1, definitely some size by Grambling, and a little bit of a block there by Bunch. Veal gets the rebound. Now kicks it back out to Charleston to Julian. Southeastern changing the offense here a little bit. Now Julian with the basketball. 56-49, Grambling trailing. Veal for three, no good. Prince Moss with the rebound. Oh, losing the basketball inside the paint. Coach Jackson looking for a foul. Brown on the other end with a bucket. He's got 6 points now, 58-49, back out to a 9-point lead. Veal going in for the shot. It's no good. Greenwood going back up. It's no good, and he draws the foul. It's going to go against Trayvon Bunch. That'll be his second personal. Greenwood, who's been relatively quiet in the second half, going to the free throw line. He's got 3 fouls, 23 points so far on the evening. He had 20 in the first half. First free throw is up and good. One more free throw attempt here. Alex Empoyo coming out, Nigel Ribeiro coming in. One more free throw opportunity here for the Southeastern Lions. Free throw is up and good. 2 for 2 there for Greenwood. 25 points now. 2 points from his season high. Here's Ribeiro with the basketball. 11-point lead, foul coming up. No shot there against Southeastern. That foul's going to go against Greenwood now. That's his 4th. Have to make sure we check that out. Is that his 4th foul? That is his 4th personal. And we have a timeout on the floor, 60-49 the score. We'll take this timeout. You're watching GSU TV. Welcome back here to the Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center. The Grambling Tigers trailing now by 11, their largest deficit of the evening. 60-49, 7:57 remaining here in this ball game. Bunch inbounding the basketball. That's going to be a foul against Southeastern. Southeastern foul is going to go against number 4, and that's going to be D'Angelo West. It's his 1st personal. 2nd personal. Empoyo with the basket. Brown. Pops it back out to West. 3-pointer by West. Just coming in the ball game, shooting threes. That's going to be a foul. That's going to be charged to, looks like that's going to be on Brewer. 1st personal. And at the free throw line for the Grambling Tigers will be Dallas Polk Hilliard. Free throw is up and good. One more at the charity stripe. Hilliard with 8 points. Southeastern having a little problem getting the ball, and finally they get it in. Charleston will try to get it across the half-court line, and finally does. Gets it to West. Cross-court pass to Julian. Now he's calling for help out high to Brown. Ribeiro right on Brown. Three-pointer by West, no good. Ball went off the hands of Bunch. Up and good. Hilliard now in double figures with 11 points. 63-55, back to an 8-point deficit for the Grambling Tigers. Charleston now with the basketball, getting it out to Julian. Now to West. West steps up to the free throw line, no good. And Nigel Ribeiro with the rebound. Prince Moss. Bunch will take the baseline. Nice bounce pass over there to Prince Moss. He gets the bucket. Moss now with 10 points. 63-57. And there's a timeout called by Southeastern. 63-57 the score. It is going to be a 30-second timeout. We'll take this timeout here. We'll be right back. Back here at the Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center, the officials changed the timeout call from a 30 to a full timeout. 63-57 the score, 5:48 remaining here in the contest. And the Tigers down 6. Trying to make a comeback. They've been down 9, then back down by 2, then back to 7, and now they're back down by 6 points. Men's basketball team will only have one more game remaining in the non-conference side, and that'll be Saturday. After that, they will not play again until conference play starts in January. The women, on the other hand, still have 2 more games this week, and then they play Oklahoma State on the 30th before getting into conference play. Julian with the basketball, 5:39 remaining here in the contest. Now Veal controlling. He's on the far side with Nigel Ribeiro. Or Veal trying to put on a little bit of a dribbling clinic. And they call that foul on Nigel Ribeiro. Veal will go to the free throw line. 5:28 remaining here in the ball game. (63-57). Veal cannot hit the free throw. That was a 1-and-1. So he doesn't get the bonus, and Nigel Ribeiro coming away with the basketball. Three-pointer, Prince Moss. Good! Prince Moss now with 13 points. Julian on the other side. Now Grambling trailing by just 3. Charleston backing down. And a nice block there by Trayvon Bunch. And now Grambling with the basketball. Down 3. Dallas Polk Hilliard with the basketball. Now back to Nigel Ribeiro. Hilliard defended by Greenwood. Hilliard, a 3, no good. And no one there to grab a rebound. (63-60). Grambling trailing. 4:20 remaining in the game. Greenwood goes in, gets the bucket. He's been a force. 27 matches his season high. Timeout charge to Grambling. We'll take a timeout here. The Grambling Tigers trail 65-60. We'll be right back.
Super One Foods supports the Mighty Tigers. Tigers on game day and every day. Super One Foods. Super low prices. Go Tigers!
The official Grambling State University app is here, and the features make it 100 times easier for you to navigate through the semester. Get direct access to your grades, student email, your Tiger One card, news, the KGRM radio station, campus events, local weather, and more. There's even a map that'll show you exactly where you are on campus so that you can get to where you need to be. In your free time, you can stay up to date with the latest social media posts from the Grambling State University Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So head over to the App Store and download the Grambling State mobile app today.
A smile can change how you see the world and how the world sees you in return. That's why at True Care Dental, we are committed to providing the best dental care for your entire family. Since 2005, Dr. Pruitt and our staff have been focused on patient care and comprehensive oral health, offering a full line of dental services in a relaxed atmosphere. It's also why we accept all insurance plans, including Medicaid, as well as same-day appointments for walk-ins and dental.
Welcome back here to the Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center. 4:08 remaining here in the ball game. 65 to 60. Grambling trailing. Coming up this Saturday, once again, the Grambling Tigers will take on the University of Wisconsin in Madison. Game time 11 a.m. The game will be broadcast live on the Big Ten Network, and you can hear the game live on Sports Talk 97.7 and SportsTalk977.com. You can also download the app in order to listen. Shot up. Dallas Polk Hilliard, no good. Veal skying up to get the rebound. Now Julian will come back and hold things up. 3:47 remaining here in the ball game. Grambling trailing by 5, 65 to 60. Veal now with the basketball. Inside, bounce pass to Greenwood, goes off of his hands, back to Grambling. Dallas, Polk Hilliard goes in there, no good. And it actually rattles in good. Well, he gets the shooter's roll. Hilliard with 13, hitting his season average. Greenwood going in, shot is no good, but a foul coming up. 65-62 the score. You can see in here, Dallas Polk Hilliard is doing a great job of spinning towards the bucket and getting the deuce. And now Greenwood going to the free throw line. Free throw no good. He's got 27. If he hits this free throw, he will eclipse his season high at 26 or 27, I should say, against Louisiana College. Free throw is good. 66-62. Greenwood with 28 for Southeastern. And that's going to be a foul, traveling. 66-62. Just when you think Grambling's going to try to make something happen, they turn the ball over. A.J. Gaston will come into the ball game for Dallas Polk Hilliard. Cross-court pass to Greenwood. And a turnover by Southeast. Grambling with basketball. Good defense there by the Grambling Tigers. But now Nigel Ribeiro will come back into the ball game. Little offense for defense here. Ribeiro, Ivy Smith Jr., Trayvon Bunch, A.J. Gadsden, and Prince Moss in the ball game for the Grambling Tigers. There's Ivy Smith Jr., and he's going to be fouled by Veal. And for Veal, that's his third personal. And don't forget, Greenwood's still out there with 4 personal fouls with 2:48 remaining in the ball game, 66-62. Grambling trailing with 2:48 remaining here in the first half of play, or here in the ball game, rather.
Yeah, I was gonna get it to somebody. He wasn't gonna eat it. You gotta buy something? Nope.
66-62 the score. Free throw up and good. Free throw up and good. (66-64). Grambling now trailing by just 2. Julian with the basketball, and Grambling playing some tight defense. Charleston. Now to Brown. To Veal. Veal got his pocket picked. Veal goes out of bounds. It's going to be a shot clock violation. Great defense once again by SWAC first team all-conference member Ivy Smith Jr. One thing he has really improved on is his defense. Nigel Ribeiro standing in the corner, unassuming. Ivy Smith Jr. going up for the shot, no good, but he's going back to the free throw line, and he has a chance to tie this ball game up with 2:01 remaining in the contest. What a game by Ivy Smith Jr. He now has 13 points, 4 fouls now for Veal. So now 2 players with 4. First free throw is up and good by Ivy Smith Jr. Veal with 4. Greenwood with 4 for the Southeastern Lions. One more free throw. Good. And we have a tie ball game. Southeastern and Grambling tied with 2 minutes remaining in the contest. Tigers have fought from way back, and it's off of Greenwood. Back to Grambling. Great defense once again by Ivy Smith Jr. They will reset the shot clock. And boy, the Tigers, just unbelievable. They're going to review and see where the shot clock was at to see if they needed to reset it. That's what they're looking at now. So the Grambling Tigers right now tied at 66, and what they want to see is where the shot clock was. So we're going to keep it right here. We're going to take a timeout or keep it right here because it's the officials' timeout. You can see here the great defense. Great defense there by the Grambling Tigers. And would love to go back and see that play that Ivy Smith Jr. had as the officials have conferred and watched the replay. It'll be Southeastern Louisiana ball, and that's what they were looking at. Last player to touch it was Ivy Smith Jr., they said. And so that ball was tipped out by Ivy Smith Jr. And as you can see, the ball was tipped, and that was a close one. And so now, ooh, that's close. That is close. Brown will inbound now for Southeastern, defended by Prince Moss. Tigers need to stop here. Tied at 66, 1:49 remaining in the contest. Inside to Greenwood. Greenwood surrounded. That's a traveling violation on Greenwood. And it goes back to Grambling. Again, great defense by the Grambling Tigers. And now the Tigers 66-66 with 1:44 remaining here in the contest. This one is turned over. Brown now to Greenwood. Tied at 66. 1:19 remaining. Tigers need a stop here. 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Nice pickup. Veal gets it over to Brown. Brown drives, shoots, foul coming up. That's going to go against Prince Moss, it looks like. And for Moss, that's going to be his second personal. He has 13 points. Free throw is up by Brown and good. That's a big free throw by Brown. Breaks the tie. It's now 67-66. A.J. Gaston comes out of the ball game. Dallas Polk Hilliard will come into the contest. Hilliard, 6'7" junior from Milwaukee. Brown, second free throw, no good. Grambling with the rebound. Prince Moss getting the board. And now Nigel Ribeiro will control. Now to Ivy Smith Jr. Ivy going up for the shot. No good. Rebounded by Veal. 46 seconds remaining. Now they'll have to play up on Southeastern a little bit. Good shot there by Ivy Smith. Just wouldn't go down. Tight ball game. 37 seconds remaining. 67-66. Southeastern. 15 left on the shot clock. 30 seconds remaining in the ball game. Here's Veal with the ball. He's defended by Nigel Ribeiro. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Now 6. Veal on the point. Veal taking a three. It's up. It's no good. Rebound by Prince Moss. Gets it to Ivy Smith Jr. Shot clock turned off. To Nigel Ribeiro. 10 seconds remaining in the ball game. And a timeout call. Timeout called by Grambling. 67-66. Grambling is on top, or trailing, with 9.5 seconds remaining in the ball game. It'll be a 30-second timeout taken by the Grambling Tigers. 30-second timeout taken. And boy, this is a big possession here. Early season close game here. And this is one of those games that the Grambling Tigers, you really want to see who's going to step up and take that big shot. Is it Ivy Smith Jr. driving to the basket? Are they going to free up Dallas Polk Hilliard? Just don't know right now. You do know Greenwood's got 4 fouls. You can go right at him. Also, Veal with 4 fouls. You can go right at him. We'll reset the lineup here for you for the Grambling Tigers. Trayvon Bunch, Nigel Ribeiro, Prince Moss. No timeouts left for either team. Dallas Polk Hilliard and Ivy Smith Jr. all in the ball game. Southeast will play a heavy man with Julian tightly on Ivy Smith Jr. 9 seconds remaining. Ivy Smith Jr. with the basketball. 5 seconds remaining. Smith will drive. Puts a little fake on. He goes up for the shot. No good. He's fouled on the way up. Fouled on the way up. Ivy Smith Jr. fouled on the way up. And we have to see how much time is remaining in the ball game. And boy, Coach Jay Ladner on his knees. So here is Ivy Smith Jr., a little bit of a fake. He goes up for the shot. He's fouled. And the question is whether or not the foul happened. It did happen before the shot was made by Trayvon Bunch. 5-4. You can see the shot clock there. That's the game time. Ivy Smith goes up. Looks like 2.2 was remaining. The foul was called with 2.2 seconds remaining. And the foul is going to be on Julian. That's going to be number 3 on him. But it looked like 2.2 seconds remaining in the ball game. As you can see the clock right there. There's Ivy Smith going up. There's the foul, 2.2. 2.2 remaining. There was a foul right there. And you can see the foul on the right arm of Ivy Smith. Luckily, that wasn't on Greenwood if you're Southeastern, because if that was on Greenwood, that would have been 5 on him. So again, you got Ivy Smith Jr. here. There was a foul there, no call. There was the foul called with 2.2 remaining. And so the officials still trying to look at this. That's the best angle that there is right there. Great angle there by our cameraman down on the opposite end. There you see the game clock. Shot clock turned off. Ivy Smith going up. Foul there. That's with 2.2 remaining. So it should be 2.2 seconds remaining, and Ivy Smith Jr. going to the free throw line. And he is one of the best shooters on this basketball team. Definitely been to the line more than anybody else. 69%. He's made most of his money tonight at the charity stripe. And the big one is the first one. (67-66) our score. Once again, here's that play by Ivy Smith Jr. And Smith fouled right there with 2.2 remaining. And the officials still over at the scores table, checking things out. But nonetheless, it should be right around 2.2 left when the foul was called. And now Coach Jay Ladner from Southeastern getting an explanation here. Boy, he just fell to his knees when that foul happened. 2 shots here for Ivy Smith Jr. The most important one is the first one. 2.4 seconds will be on the game clock. And it almost iced the shooter. This ain't football, bro. This ain't football. Fans saying you're trying to ice the shooter. 2.4 remaining. Ivy Smith Jr. First free throw. Good. We have a tie ball game. 2.4 remaining. That was the important one, so we know there's at least a tie. And we've got 2 guys coming in for Southeast, and that's going to be D'Angelo West and also Gonzalez. A little bit more offense in the ball game here. And now Southeast, which had a 11-point lead here in the second half, saw it dwindle away. Here's Ivy Smith takes the lead. Nobody has a timeout left. There are no timeouts remaining. West will pick the ball up. 5-second count has started. West looking, trying to find someone. 2.1 seconds remaining. Gonzalez with a shot, no good. The Tigers have come from behind, and they have beaten Southeastern 68-67, the final score. What a game by the Grambling Tigers, and defense down the stretch proved to be the difference. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we will talk with head coach Dante Jackson here on the sideline. We'll take this timeout. We'll be right back here on GSU TV.
Dental. Dentistry from the heart.
In health.
We don't just treat you. We want to keep you healthy.
Because health allows you to live.
But when you need care,
we're here. We are Primary Health Services.
Super One Foods supports the mighty Tigers and their fans. We have everything you need to cheer cheer on the mighty Tigers on game day and every day. Super One Foods. Super low prices. Go Tigers!
The official Grambling State University app is here, and the features make it 100 times easier for you to navigate through the semester. Get direct access to your grades, student email, your Tiger One card, news, the KGRM radio station, campus events, local weather, and more. There's even a map that'll show you exactly where you are on campus so that you can get to where you need to be. In your free time, you can stay up to date with the latest social media posts from the Grambling State University Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So head over to the App Store and download the Grambling State mobile app today.
Of Grambling State University, 68-67 the final score. And Coach Dante Jackson joining us here at courtside. It wasn't pretty, man, but I tell you what, coming back from 11 and being able to win this game, a lot of adversity shown.
A lot of adversity shown. It was our first dog fight, and you know, to be able to be in a tough game, not playing your best basketball. Two of our better players just didn't have a groove today, and we found a way to win, and that's all you can ask. Like I told our guys first practice of the year, you know, winners find a way to win, and losers find a way to lose. Which one you want to be? And we decided to be winners.
Absolutely, and you know, when you start looking at some of the guys who are very instrumental in this ball game, I want to start out with Prince Moss, who had a great game. He had, I think, 15 points. You look at a guy like that who really showed a lot of intestinal fortitude down the stretch there.
Yes, and you talking about a kid that's a redshirt sophomore that, you know, I think as time goes on, he's going to be player of the year to SWAT. But he's a young fella. He loves the big shot. He doesn't shy away from the big shot. He hit a big three in the corner to get us on the run, and, you know, definitely played really, really well. And then, man, my gosh, Ivy Smith, what type of big free throws he hit. Didn't probably have his best shooting performance from the field, but he got in the paint and he made plays, and that's all we can ask.
Here's the other thing is when you start looking at defense, that's what I really was impressed with over the last 5 or 6 minutes, how Grambling turned on that defensive pressure, really made Southeast a little bit rattled and make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, and that's one of our calling cards, being able to pick up full court, you know, try to wear people down, and honestly, we probably should have did it earlier. And, you know, that's my fault as a coach. You know, I looked at the game and we just couldn't find a rhythm today. It was just one of those days, and, you know, it's kind of tough. You know, you're playing in the gym, not very many people, but at the end of the day, we got to find a way to be really, really good every night.
Well, Coach, you can enjoy this one for a few minutes. You get ready to go back home coming up on Saturday.
Back home to Wisconsin. What a feat. Go play a top 25 team, you know. Welcome home, Coach Jackson. Right. Welcome home. You get Greg Garg and the Badgers. But, hey, you know, it is what it is, man. We go out there, we're going to compete. You know, we're going to make sure we shore up some things today and try to get really, really better for this weekend. Absolutely.
And, of course, you can hear the game on Sports Talk 97.7 coming up this Saturday, and you can also watch it live on the Big Ten Network. Coach Jackson, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Black.
All right. Grambling Tigers win it 68-67 over Southeastern. For the entire GSU TV crew, we thank you for joining us here on GSU TV. We will see you coming up in conference season. Southern University is our first broadcast coming up in the middle of January 13th, as a matter of fact, right here on GSU TV. Until next time, always remember, one nation, one people. Peace.